Okay, so I hope I pushed everything up. I think I did, but I've been working on a few things and I get confused at times. But anyways, what I did was I added 2 new reason codes, basically to emulate those sheets you sent over.
Yeah.
One for janitorial supplies and one for stock reduction. Janitorial supplies will actually change the grid and give you access to your customer records for issuing stock out of the vans, and stock reduction will actually give you internal warehouses so you can stock the vans all from this page. So basically, janitorial supplies, if I save this, you'll see that it changes, okay? So you can pick what you want to push out from the vans based on that sheet, all right? So you can fill this entire grid with information.
That's what, can you hand type the part in, or do I have to look for it?
No, you can hand type it in as long as it's valid.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you can work your way right down the sheet and choose whatever customers that you need to based upon that sheet. Okay? And then basically what you do is you just finish it, and that stock will move at that point. Okay, so it's gone. It's been issued out. And the stock reduction basically works the same way. So if I save it and I choose an item, and I choose a van to issue it to, it'll move it to the van.
Right,
So this grid is limitless. You can put in as many lines as you need to in here.
All right, but we need a spot to put our account numbers in of what we're charging it to.
Okay, we can do that.
I thought you already did that in the item master, Benny, with the ledger code.
Yeah, well, it's there, but they sent me, we're not pulling that in right now. I think I put, if you look at your item master list, you have 3 GL accounts that you can assign per item, one for sales, one for inventory, and one for COGS. So if these are populated, I can pull those in behind the scenes based upon the item ID.
So it's one thing less you have to enter. It doesn't change, right? It's the same.
No, it changes.
Oh.
Per item?
So the same item will have different codes?
Yeah.
So the
Is it based upon a customer, or is it
for that?
is it based upon the customer, or will it change per customer?
Change per customer. It depends on what store it's going to as to what account we use.
The stores are going to be set up as customers, though.
Right.
Right? So if we tied these accounts into the customer record, would that do the same thing for you, or do you need to be able to override them at any point in time?
You got to be able to put it in because it's a different account if it's a washer or a dryer or whatever.
Yeah, but
It might be the same customer, it just might be a different account number.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can make a change. We can add it to the, we can add those to the grid.
Or if we could enter an account number.
1 account number, 2 account numbers, 3 account numbers? How many account numbers per transaction?
1.
Just 1?
Well, that's all I enter in. I don't know how to fix your GL. I don't care nothing about that. And they've got, like on the old system, they've got 15 different account numbers set up in there.
Okay, here's the thing. When she gets an invoice for a part that's going into the inventory, everything is charged to 000-2001, right?
Yeah.
So then when we take it out of the warehouse, it comes off of the 000-2001, and then she has to enter the account that it's to be put on to, that it goes to. All right?
Right.
Have we lost you?
Well, no. So you receive it, it goes into one account. When you pull it out, you got to take it out of that account and put it into another account?
Yeah.
And you
We
got
can
to be able to enter the account that you're going to put it in when you take it out.
So you need the account number on the receiving side as well as the issue side.
Right.
Whatever's recorded at receiving, you don't. That'll just.
At a
Trying to
default.
think. Yeah. So on issue, we could show two transactions, or one transaction with two codes, one for the taking it out of and one putting it into.
No.
It's done at different times.
Yeah.
It's done at different times.
Well, we know that, but you have a receiving record that's going to go in, and it's going to have that account at that point in time.
That's going to have the default. When we buy the item and she enters it when we bought it, it defaults into one account, 000-2001.
All of them? Everything defaults to that account?
Everything that goes into inventory defaults to that account, right?
Okay, what's that number again?
000 dash
000
dash 2001.
001. 302 301. Okay, so that's your default GL account for receiving.
And it's going to sit in that account until she transfers it out to the van or to the store by the stock reduction or maintenance.
Right. So when you transfer it out, you need a GL account number. You need to be able to manually enter that in.
Exactly, yes. We must have a weird business.
No, everybody's different. That's how we make our living, to be honest with you.
It's interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different, so that's how we, seriously, that's how we make our living is.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's no problem. So, I mean, on the incoming transaction, I'm going to record one GL account number, but on the outgoing, I'm going to record two. I'm going to record the account it's coming out of and the account it's going into.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a big deal. I just have to change a few things around.
Okay.
Is there anything else you need on those screens, though? Also, Cynthia, you sent me a whole list of GL account numbers.
Honey, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, but...
I got a bunch of GL account numbers for you.
All right, go back to that well, you're on something else now.
Oh, no, I was just bringing up Cynthia's list, but...
All right, go back to that main screen that you were in the very beginning. All right.
The wrong one. Hang on, that's the wrong one. I clicked the wrong link. This one.
Okay. I need maintenance sheets over there too. Under reason. Under reason.
So you just want to add a column so you can put in the maintenance, the work order number, basically?
I mean, that's what kind of sheets. Like I have janitorial supply sheets, stock reduction sheets.
Need one.
And I need a reason that says maintenance sheets.
Yeah, in the drop-down menu.
We hold all different things.
Well, what exactly do you need here for the sheets? I mean, are they going to be... What are we going to do with the information once it's in here?
You have to punch from the maintenance sheets. What they take off their van and put into the store.
The store is the men. The men have maintenance sheets, so when they pull something off of their van, they put it to the store.
Oh,
Right.
so you're saying you need a whole nother grid for maintenance. I get it. I'm sorry, Benny, I think I
No,
misunderstood.
she just needs in your drop-down menu up there where it says janitorial supplies, we also need the option to choose something that says maintenance sheet.
Right.
That's all. This grid's fine. She just needs to be able to call it something else.
Well, depending upon what I change in the reason code, this view of the grid changes. So you're going to have to bear with me and explain to me. I don't get it. Do you get it, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like I don't know why they need a separate sheet for everything they do, though.
Yeah, the sheet be the same, right?
Yeah, the sheet can be the same. We just need to be able to say janitorial supplies is what we're punching on line 1. Maintenance sheet might be on line 2. Another janitorial supply. We just need.
Yeah, it's like the reason code should be per line, Ben, almost. And you could just then have one sheet, one grid.
Well, here's the thing. I take all the stock reductions and I punch them all at one time. Then I'll take my janitorial supplies and I punch all those sheets. Then I get my maintenance sheets and I punch them. So when we go back to look up on the report, you know, it needs to be, I need to look up and see where it says at the top, like,
Came from maintenance.
it came from maintenance, these are stock reductions, these are janitorials, so I know.
Well, they're all there, so you're saying there's a third sheet that I need to include.
Yes.
Yeah, but Ben, it's all the same sheet. You can do it. You could do it by line. You know, she could. Is there?
But she doesn't do it that way.
I mean, it can be the same thing that you've got showing right there.
Yeah, it works exactly the
same.
Right.
Yes.
With a maintenance sheet option here.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. That's all we need.
Yeah, but why?
And
what? Go ahead.
Because the whole issue triggers off what happens in this box. If it's stock reduction, it goes to a whole different branch of code. And it's based on the sheet. It's not based on each individual line. So in order to do what you're suggesting, I have to change all the logic in the library. If it's just a maintenance sheet, she does janitorial supplies, and then she does stock reduction, and then she does maintenance sheet. It'll all fall through naturally.
Okay.
Okay? So is that the third sheet that came in? It was orange and sideways?
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate we could do this, okay? So basically, I just did the first two that kind of jumped out at me. So, okay, so we can add maintenance sheet. I'll have to take a look at that. That's not a big deal. So we need to add maintenance sheet to the reason codes.
Right.
How is your SAGE evaluation going? Are you happy with the SAGE 50?
I think we're going to love it once we get it set up to work the way we do our stuff here, yeah.
Okay, okay. Good.
Okay, so what I took away from this is on receiving, we're going to default everything to GL account 000-20001.
2001.
Yep, that's what I said. And when we issue stock out, we're going to issue it out, and we're going to have a placeholder where you can put in a valid GL account, and that's going to flow through. And then we're going to add maintenance sheet to the issue grid.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Is everything, is that?
I should have the accounts in a spreadsheet here soon, and then inventory, I'll have to start working on that. That's going to take a little longer. The one I sent you earlier was just a sample. That's just part of them.
Right. This thing, this monster. So these are all the accounts that can be manually entered, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, there's going to be more. That's just part of them.
That's fine. I'm just thinking we might, you know, we have center code table in this system, but I'm wondering if we should add just a GL table to keep them separate, since this is all fairly new anyways, and custom. And that way they're in there, and that way I can validate when you put in a GL account on the issue grid, it's going to go against this table and say whether or not it's valid. If it's not going to allow you to put it in. So are all these vehicle expenses for different vans?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Boy, you really bust out your general ledger, don't you?
We do. Yeah, I'm afraid that's the way they want it. So.
Okay, let me go ahead and I'll apply these latest round of changes, and then we'll take it from there, okay?
All right.
Anything else? Any questions or?
Where do you go at, where are you at when you receive inventory?
Well, you're right here. You're in inventory, but you go into the receiving stock. It's identical to the other grids. You know, basically it's the same thing. You choose the warehouse you're receiving into. Oh, I didn't go to the receiving grid, did I?
Where do you put the prices?
Well, the unit cost right there.
So I can
You can do
enter
it there, or you can have default prices on the item master.
Yeah, because it changes every time an invoice comes in.
You can put default prices on each item.
Now that's not going to help me any, because I mean,
we use an average price.
whatever the invoice is showing when I get the invoice to receive it is what I put it in. But I mean, it may jump price.
Yeah, but I think we're getting cost and price confused, I think, here. So the cost field is already there, and you can type over it. It will just
You can put whatever you want in there.
It just populates with the default price, and then you can just type over it with whatever's on the PO. You could do it one by just create a PO and then, or yeah, whatever.
I don't know if we have suppliers set up here. Nope, no suppliers. I mean, basically all you have to do is on receiving is, you know, if it's a direct receive or against a PO, if it's a PO, it's going to bring it over and populate that field for you. If it's a direct receive, just receiving something that you found, you can just put your own price in. So you can say 1 unit and it costs, you know, $13.50. Save it. Receive it. Let's see, what do I got here? And then we can look. Inventory, receive it. Item ID, search on this is what we just received in. Okay, so this is what we received in. And do I have price showing anywhere? No, I don't have price showing.
Just customize the screen.
There it is right there. It's under receiving info. So that's what I put in when I received it in, $13.50. Okay.
Does it average it if the pricing is different?
No, it accepts whatever you put in there.
Yeah, it's the actual.
So if
every transaction's different, and you can put in what it actually is.
when it comes out, what price is it going to use?
It's going to use whatever price was recorded.
I don't think I understood the question.
Okay, here's the thing. Today I might receive 2 mops at $5. Friday I might receive 2 mops and they may have gone up to $5.75.
Right.
So now I've got 4 mops, but it takes the average, it takes those 2 prices and adds them together and divides it out to give an average cost for each mop in inventory.
We usually do
So
the
if I
actual.
$5.75, it's going to take those 2 mops that I paid $5 for and charge them out at $5.75. It won't be right.
I think actually I got to look at the issue library. It might actually allow average costing.
Yeah, because that's what I need. And is there a place to receive it up under the PO number?
Yeah. We have POs in the system. We just don't have any, we got to finish importing your data. We don't have any suppliers, but basically you can create a PO and then use that PO, all the line items in the PO to populate the receiving grid. So it brings everything over for you.
Okay.
I don't know, I mean, because like the shop issues out the POs, and then when I pay it, I type in the PO number to receive it. And it brings it up everything that's on that PO.
It works the same way in here.
Okay.
When we have a purchase order in there, and I'll put one in for you, let's do it. Let's just, if I create a supplier. Okay, so I create a supplier, and I create a purchase order. Okay, it's going to ship to an invoice, the distribution center. I'm going to save it. Then you have line items. I'm going to add a line. Let's say I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to add another line. See, it brings in the unit price based upon the item master, okay? So if you have pricing in the item master, it'll bring that in.
But yeah,
okay, now
you can change it too.
But you can change it. You can change it here, or you can change it in the receiving grid. But I'm going to receive it in. And what it does, it brings it over the receiving grid, okay, and references the purchase order. So when your POs are in the system, that's basically what you'll do, and you'll just choose what location in the warehouse to put the received goods.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, as long as it's got that average costing, that's fine.
Well, I got to look at that. I'm pretty sure it does it. I can't remember if it's a system option or not, but it should be a system option we can put in the system. That's not a bad change. We have average costing. No, I don't see, but we can put it in there. Okay?
All right.
So, I don't know if this helps you or not, Benny, but I mean the average cost, we're just going to do what's currently in inventory. We're going to add it all up and divide it by the number in inventory to get the current average. It's going to be like a rolling average. It's not going to be a historical average. Or do you want a historical average?
Well, I'd say the rolling average, but
I think we could do either, right, Benny? But it's just easy, kind of easier.
Well, it's more complicated to do the historical. We'll have to read, we'll have to go back into Parts Active Archive to pull information out.
Yeah,
but
do the
rolling it. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody good? I think they muted us, Ben. Awfully quiet down
there. She's thinking the wheels are turning.
Yeah, my wheels.
That's scary.
That is scary. So we're not going to have reports to print out. Yeah.
But you said this is an automatic interface thing, right? Or do we have to do a monthly interface to the GL?
No, it's real time. Or
okay.
It's real, within a few minutes.
Great, great.
I think things are going to have to change in the interface to support your business model, but yeah, basically it runs, it's on a loop, and it just sits here and monitors the transactions as they hit. And what I've done is basically I modified our audit trail to push the GL codes into it as well. So any transaction that hits the system will have a GL code associated with it, whether it's a move to a van or you know, a issue to a laundromat or whatever. But there will be some work. There will be some work that needs to be done in the interface.
All right, let me ask you this. Like right now in the system that we use, if I'm punching something on a maintenance sheet, just to say, and I charge it off to the store, and I post it, and then I realize, oh poo, I put it to the wrong store. Is there a way that you can go back in there and change that? Because now I'm having to give that amount to Jennifer to do a GL journal entry to fix it.
Well, no, there isn't a way to do it right now.
Well, I think what the answer to this with the Sage interface is probably that you just fix it in Sage, and you don't even worry about it in Inventory Pro. You know, once the transaction goes over to Sage, you can just fix it in Sage.
If it's off the van, it ain't gonna matter.
Right, I just need it to be.
Yeah, these GL accounts really don't mean anything to Inventory Pro. They're just placeholders to push into Sage.
Okay, gotcha.
That's it.
For right now.
I think we're good for now.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay, bye now.
See ya.